Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are live. Today is April 30th, 2015. My name is Rex Harris, and as always, it's an honor and a privilege to be able to spend some time with you here this evening. Now, for those of you that have been following my emails over the last couple of days, I have made a decision regarding, I guess we'll just call it a vision for building a team of people who are willing to basically forget everything that you've ever learned about marketing online in terms of team building and building a business opportunity, and want to come together utilizing a proven, effective system that works. Now, I'm going to come right out of the gates with this and tell you, right up front, that what I'm speaking of is Empower Network. Any of you that know me know that I've been in Empower Network for several years now, and I've seen Empower Network through some pretty remarkable changes over the last year and a half, through a new CEO and training and just kind of a rebirth of that organization and getting back into the new training that they've implemented. I've seen just a phenomenal amount of growth in terms of the people that are in this company. And when I sit back and think about it, every event that we go to, every 90 days, okay, we are seeing more people in this company go from 0 to 5-figure monthly incomes in a record amount of time. And it makes me kind of scratch my head, actually, to think, what is it that these people are doing that all of these people that I have known over the years are not doing? Okay, because for generating client business and stuff like that, and building membership sites, I've been able to create a phenomenal income from home doing that. But it's not something that, for whatever reason, other people are able to accomplish. And I'm starting to understand why the more I dig into this Empower Network training. The one thing that I see with the people that are promoting Empower Network is the majority of them are exclusive to Empower Network. That is their business, and that is their focus. That is their focal point day after day after day. And the one thing that they don't do is they don't make excuses, and they don't blame anyone else for their failures other than themselves. And what this caused me to do over the last few months, as I've gotten back into the training and stuff, is really begin to evaluate a lot of the things in my life. I started to evaluate, the way that, I was doing things online. And one of the things that I really had to evaluate more than anything as it became, more clear to me as to why things have gone the way that they have over the years, is because I've, for a period of time, lost my belief in people. And you might say, well, geez, Rex, that's confidence aspiring to have you sit here say that you're going to put together a team and say that you've lost your belief in people. Well, I'm saying this, A, to be completely transparent with you guys, and B, because I see this as a problem in the home business workspace that needs to be resolved. It's And I'm sure that there's other people out there that can relate with this when I say that, you know, the temptation to really start to lose faith in people and their ability to become successful is easily manifested based on the actions that they take. But that being said, I came to the realization that what if it's my belief in people that is going to spark one or two people to catch that fire that I have and are able to go out here and do what we do consistently. And when I came to that realization, it was like a huge burden had lifted off of me. And I've come to the conclusion that what Dave Wood has been teaching all along is the absolute truth in regards to believing in people. Because there's something that he said in one of the trainings that we've been going through in Empower Network that has really hit home with me. And that is the way that he perceives people. He doesn't perceive people as any better or any worse than he is. He sees everybody as equals. And there was a period of time where I did not do that because I allowed myself to become disappointed and discouraged with people's apparent lack of motivation or even ability to market online. Now, I know that there's several people out here that are actively telling people, you know what, at this stage of the game, you know, if you're not going to make the right steps, you should quit or you're going to fail and those type of things. Okay, I'm not going to do that because for primary reasons, I don't believe in speaking a curse over anybody's life. I believe that words have creative power, not in our lives, but also in the lives of other people. And when I thought about this and I brought this all together and I made this decision, you know, now that, you know, the Legends Network is whatever that became, I have no idea. You know, I was kind of like, I don't want to say a man without an island, but you know, I found myself in that position where I really wanted to be part of something cool again, and I wanted to be part of a business opportunity. I've always enjoyed being part of a business opportunity, and I had already invested a significant amount of money to get into Empower Network, to go all in to buy all the products, you know, and I saw what it is that they were doing and you know, the movement that they're creating and this rebirth and this magic that's starting to happen in Empower Network again. And I've always loved Empower Network. I never quit loving Empower Network. And I talked to my wife about it, and I told her, I said, you know, I feel like I have unfinished business with this company. I started this and I need to see it through. I know now beyond the shadow of a doubt, based on the changes they've made, the new CEO, their marketing staff, everything, that this is a company that is still going to be here 10, 15, 20 years down the road because of the foundation that they have built. So while we were at the event here in Nashville last weekend, they announced that they are launching their Kalatu blogging platform and what's going to be called Kalatu Premium. So what they're basically going to do is they're going to take the compensation plan that's already in place and they're going to overlay another compensation plan over the top of that, which is more of the traditional network marketing based compensation plan that all of us are relatively familiar with over the years. Now, I'm not a compensation plan guy, so you know, I'm not going to sit here and try to explain to to you how it all works. But what I can tell you is that the way that they are going to do this, they're actually going to be releasing this platform as something that's completely independent from Empower Network itself, to give people the ability to market this to local businesses, to actually utilize this platform to create a service-based business for building blogs in people's communities in their hometown, which I just think is absolutely brilliant. You know, it's what, you know, 2 years ago we really saw ENV2 heading toward, and then there were some things that, you know, Empower Network faced challenge-wise, and they went through some transitions and they had to make some changes. But now, you know, they have really put together a fantastic business plan for making this happen, and a phenomenal compensation plan. And they're going, the new compensation plan is going to have 3 levels in it. They're going to have a gold, platinum, and a diamond level for $10,000, $20,000, and $30,000 a month. Now, again, like I said, in all my emails and all my capture pages, results will vary. There are no guarantees. There's no guarantees you're going to make any money with this. All right, the people that make money in Empower Network are people that go above and beyond and do the exceptional. They're people that are willing to go in here and grind it out for 90 days and do whatever it takes. Big part of that for me is going to be utilizing the telephone. You know, I'm going to be pounding the phone during this time, right? Because I've got a technique for IBO Toolbox that works tremendously well. You know, we put a lot of people in the Legends Network in a very short period of time, and I'm going to do the same thing with this, because of the fact that I have set my sights on that diamond, $30,000 a month in 90 days. And it's like I said, I've said in my emails and in my capture system, I say this with love in my heart, but you know, I'm doing this with or without anyone who does or does it without me. Because this is what I want for our family. And I know that this is something that once we get it built, it's going to grow perpetually, and it's going to really take us to where we want to go. I mean, again, I've been blessed to be able to do what it is that I do, but I've gotten to the point now where there was just some missing component in my life over the last 6 months. And one of those missing components, honestly, you know, was a right relationship with God, just because of the fact that, you know, I had really started to give up hope on a lot of things here, in terms of spirituality, and I'm not even going to sit here and try to figure out why. But I went through a pretty interesting transition here over the last 12 months, and really started to, I guess, see some of the error, the error in my ways. You know, business success aside, talking about internal conflict that was taking place within my subconscious mind, which is what I want to talk to you guys about tonight. And that's when I came to that place where I realized that, you know, was just absolutely frustrated beyond anything I can begin to explain in words with this disease, I guess we would call it, that spreads throughout our workspace of just, you know, confusion. You know, I mean, I couldn't figure out for the life of me, why in the world aren't other people able to go out and do this? What is holding people back? You know, because, I mean, for me, you know, I mean, I could go into ClickFunnels, launch a new membership site, put it out slow in 24 hours. And it's like, what is holding other people back from doing that? And I'm not going to say that I've got it figured out, because I don't have it figured out. I don't everything that one too is really trying to figure things out over the years. So what I did is I just surrendered myself to learning from people that were already where I want to be. And as I did that, that's when I began to realize that, you know, I needed to change my belief in people needed to change. The attitude that I had toward people, you know, I know could be felt and sensed by the people that were on these teams that we were build and dissolve and build and dissolve and build and dissolve. And you know, I used to blame it all on the individual. And granted, it's your responsibility just as it is mine to go through the daily process that's required to run a business from home. Okay, those things are our responsibility. But as a leader and someone who has set forth to inspire people to become greater, you know, I did finally come to the realization of what that missing component is. And that missing component is a disconnect between most people's conscious and subconscious mind. And when that finally dawned on me, there were so many other things that began to make sense. It was like, okay, this is something that people need to understand, because quite honestly, a lot of the training that's come to us through the home business workspace in terms of, I think you guys have heard it, the law of attraction, you know, the subconscious mind, the conscious mind, all that stuff. There's a lot of that training out there, honestly, that, I mean, I know people's intentions are great, but it's doing people more harm than it is good. Not why this is taking place. All of what they're doing is they're just simply, and the more I see it, and the more I spend time on these workshops and webinars, it's become apparently obvious. It's not that it's people are, they're basically blaming the individuals for this disconnect. And the truth of the matter is, it's not your fault. It's none of our fault. It's what we were programmed with. All of us were programmed with it from the very time that, you know, we came forth from the womb and came into this world, and under the influence of two human beings known as mom and dad, or whoever your influence was growing up. Here's the truth of the unconscious mind. The unconscious mind is let's liken it to a computer. And your unconscious mind is going to do exactly what you tell it to do. The reason that people feel the way that they feel, the way they act the way that they act, the reason they do the things that they do is because of their belief system. It's because of what they believe. And what they believe is so deeply ingrained in this unconscious mind that they become so identified with it that they're not willing to recognize when, hey, the computer's got a virus and it needs to be cleaned. What's taking place when it comes to people's unconscious mind? The unconscious mind in many people has a virus because they're believing things that aren't true. And I'll give you an example. Other books can probably relate with what I'm saying here. T. Harv talks about in Secrets of the Millionaire Mind this subconscious mind as a computer, and likens the training that we've received over the years, and whoever that training came from, is like these files. And these files get ingrained into the subconscious and they become part of our belief system. Okay, think about, I mean, I hear people say this, all the time. Well, I can't afford it. Okay, well, where does that belief come from? Where does that belief come from? Because when you're constantly putting out to the universe, to God, however it is that you believe, that you can't afford something, guess what? This subconscious computer inside of you is creating a broke reality. That's what it's doing. It's creating a reality that honestly, have you guys ever seen the movie The Groundhog Day with Bill Murray from years and years ago? That's what it's like. It's the same thing over and over and over again, because that's what the subconscious mind is programmed to do based on what we give it. I posted a post on Facebook today from The Game of Life and How to Play It. And if you guys have never read this book, I highly recommend it to you. It's by Florence Scovel Shinn. If you've got Kindle for your phone, you can actually get the complete works of Florence Scovel Shinn from Amazon for Kindle for like $8.50. Okay. Because I highlighted it. Here, let me go over to Facebook and get it, because apparently I didn't highlight it. I copied it to post it on Facebook. When I was reading this today, it was just, here's what it says. Florence says, I heard a metaphysician once say that if you do not run yourself over you, this so to speak, of what I've heard Tony Robbins talk about, like in the video, the difference between a winner and a loser. Okay, he talks about, I now command my subconscious mind. And for the longest time, I thought about that. And I was thinking, how exactly does that work? I mean, especially for people that believe in God, and a lot of people believe differently about God. Some people believe that God, lives in the heavens and stuff like that. Other people believe that the kingdom of heaven is from within. I'm one of those people that believes that God is everything, both internal and external. So regardless of how you believe, the truth of the matter is that this subconscious mind will do exactly what we tell it to do. It will create exactly what we tell it to create. It will attract exactly what we tell it to attract. And the proof is in the situation that you're in right now. And I love the way Aaron Rashton put it on a he hosted last night. He said, where you're at is the result of your best thinking. All of this applies, and so many people, for whatever reason, don't want to embrace this. Okay, I'm here to tell you guys tonight, from someone that's been doing this for 15 years now, over a decade full-time from home, the mechanics of marketing online are not enough. There is nothing that we are holding back from anyone. There's no magic bullet. There's no magic words. There's no anything other than you making the decision to share your story with other people, and you speaking your reality into being. I resisted this for a long, long time. All right. And I can tell that there's people here that are hearing this tonight that are resisting this too, because I see the number of the viewers going up and down and up and down. And that's okay, because this isn't for everybody. I don't with you tonight and go search for yourself, because these are the type of things that can make the difference between staying stuck in whatever place that you're in and becoming completely and totally financially free in life and business. Like, formula. It works, and that process consists of you believing that you can do this, and if you don't, that changes through what you speak and what you think. That is something that you can change. You can actually, all that garbage that's holding you, and put new stuff in there that's going to attract abundance into your life. And understand that to become successful online, in a business opportunity, if you're going to build a team, that requires leadership. And a lot of people want to continue to get involved in these business opportunities that, exist in our workspace, because they're, they like the concept of creating long-term residual income, as I do. Okay, because direct sales is great. I can sell stuff all month long, but what I'm looking at now is 10, 15 years down the road. I don't still want to be selling and want to, with so much that just frees up. Oh, okay, I think we're good now. With so much of the turmoil in the network market space, and companies sued for non-compliance and all this stuff, it makes sense to me to finish what I started and embrace a company whose number one priority is the success of its people. That's something more than just a business opportunity. It's a community leadership that is moving forward and sharing with people what it is that they need to become successful. Because the mechanics, I can teach the mechanics all day long. I can teach people how to blog. I can teach people how to set up a Weber and create lead capture pages and where to buy traffic and all that. But what I need you to do, believe in yourself. I can believe in you, and I do believe. Everything tonight, I believe I can do this. And a big part of that has been making the decision to change my thinking and be going to event after event after event and seeing people, making 5-figure monthly incomes who are blind. Okay, I think of a gentleman I interviewed 2 years ago. His name was Oli. Dude can't see at all. 6-figure earner in Empower Network. I think of Christina Munoz, lady from Australia, was laid up in bed with a spinal disease. Okay, blogged her way to financial freedom. I think of the people that were at the event that can't even speak English. Okay, couldn't even speak English, had on the stage, making 5-figure monthly incomes. Okay, anyone can do this. The difference is those people made a decision to follow the process. And the process, ladies and gentlemen, requires work. It's a business. It's a business. And if there's, what you choose to do, with whatever you do after tonight is totally up to you. And I wish you the best of success in whatever you choose. But for me, I want to be part of something that is geared toward setting people free and has a proven process that works. This company continues to create 5-figure monthly earners every 90 days, more of them. And it's, I mean, here's another example, a kid from New Zealand that spoke this weekend. He was his first Empower Network event, I think was maybe a year ago. Okay, well, he's a top earner now. Why is that happening? A, it's happening because of the training that they're getting, and B, it's happening because they're applying what they learn, and not just the mechanics. They're applying the mindset stuff. They're embracing the same things I'm sharing with you tonight, that there's more to this than just the mechanics. You have to believe in you. And if you, that's what, I mean, that's what you have to do. You have to believe that you can do that. You have to believe that you can get there, because that belief is going to be part of that fuel that drives you to do the work that needs to get done every day, doing your blog post every day, collecting email addresses every day, to however it is that you need to collect them. Okay, whether you're buying solo ads or whether you're calling people from IBO Toolbox or whatever it is that you're doing, okay, collecting those leads every day. Conversational marketing, which is the way I'm going to do this, you know, because I mean, am I going to do solo ads and stuff like that too? Of course, but you know, conversational marketing, ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling you, I've seen so many people build 5-figure monthly incomes doing this. Darren Little is the master of this technique. You know, chatting with people on Facebook, chatting with people on IBO Toolbox. All right. Because I mean, if you stop and think about this, who's Empower Network for? Well, it's for anybody that's looking to start a home-based business opportunity. And it's for anybody who's already currently active in a home-based business opportunity, because I'm telling you, the training in there is exceptional. And let me just kind of give you an idea here of what I'm talking about. This right here is an entire page of notes by a gentleman named Chris Rushlow that spoke at our event this weekend. And Kenneth, I know you're not chasing the kitties, right? Thank you. I saw the cat come running, and then I heard the little tornado running behind them. Okay. And he gave us the step-by-step conversion process for our marketing systems right here. I came home, I built one and immediately implemented it. And lo and behold, boom, I'm getting results with it. Okay, what's the difference between this and everything else? There's no pitching and selling in this whatsoever. We don't have to. All the pitching and selling is done through Empower Network. All you've got to do is get people in the door and continue to give them the value, continue to support them. It's like we talked about in the past, and you know, when many of us were in the Legends Network, we talked about becoming professional pointers. Okay, well, that's really what this is, okay, is becoming a professional pointer and having the guts enough to be honest with people to share your story. So I'll give you just a little bit of what he shared here. Obviously, I'm not going to give away the farm for two reasons. A, I'm under non-disclosure, as we always are from the events, and B, you know, I'm not just going to give away the farm. That's just the way it is. All right. The one thing that he said last week, and that really caused me to have a breakthrough, is this: when you're on a mission, it's not about you, it's about the message. It's about your message, your perspective, and making the decision to speak your message, to speak in truth, and just be real with people. Forget the pitching and selling, forget the business opportunity, forget the pills, potions, and lotions that you can wipe on your face and reduce your age by 50 years. You know, not that that's not a great thing to do, not that anti-aging isn't a great audience. Okay, but when it comes to network marketing, ladies and gentlemen, people are not buying this stuff because they believe in the products, the services, the opportunity. They're joining 99% of the time because they believe that the person they're joining with can lead them to the promised land. That's why they join. That's why they join. You are, in essence, the product. Many of you have probably heard that before. So here's basically the 5 steps that he gave us here. Number 1, you're opening with your story, which can happen anywhere from, your value proposition on a blog post, which is what he recommended, along with your story that leads to a lead capture page. No chasing the kitties, or I'm going to sit Graham on you. Go on. Okay. And then sharing your struggle. I mean, for those of you that saw the new marketing system, I shared some things in that marketing system I've never shared before. If people think that, I've not gone through some struggles over the years, think again. Tammy and I have been through some roller coasters in this workspace, working to get to the point where we are now, and we are going to continue to move forward to even grow further into that, because we have a vision right now that nobody after the end of this 90 days, and I'm not talking about just where we live, that nobody in my family, none of my daughters, none of my kids, nobody after the next 90 days will have to work a job if they don't want to. That's what I want to be able to provide for my family. Okay, and when you stop talking, when you're talking about another income stream of $30,000 per month, I mean, I know based on experience what that type of income can do for your family. That's what I want for my family. Breaks my heart to see my daughter in Michigan have to work the job that she works while her kids go to daycare. Okay, I can do something about that. Okay, I can do something about that, and you can do something about that for your family or your loved ones. Okay, but you're not going to connect with people if you're not willing to just be real with them and sharing your struggle. And Chris shared something that I could really relate with this weekend in terms of how he felt about himself or his belief in himself. And he actually got to the point where when he was around other people that were successful, that they would actually tell him, stop talking because you're making me physically sick. Okay? You're not being truthful with me. You're just telling me what I want to hear. That happened to him twice. And he said the second time that it happened to him, he actually just went for a walk and sat down on the curb one night on some street. And that was the night that he had his breakthrough. That was the night when things became totally clear for him. Okay? And he was on stage this weekend as a speaker at the Empower Network event. Okay? Sharing the struggle. People connect and relate when they realize that they're dealing with a real human being. This builds trust. And I love the way that he put this. It gives people that impression that, wow, this dude's with us. Or this dudette is with us. They get where we're at. They understand the pain. They understand the discouragement and the frustration. Because believe me, I do. I've been there. Okay, and every day I'm working more diligently to not only be a better grandpa, a better husband, a better dad, okay, but also a better leader and a better teacher and a better coach for the people that I'm working with day after day after day. That's what I'm striving to do. All right. And then there comes that turning point. For those of you that have seen the new marketing system, I shared the story of back when I was promoting Prosperity Cast Network years and years ago, when I really had my first big financial breakthrough, when things really started to open up, for our family, in regards to the home business. One evening on the phone with one person, 1 hour spent, did something and was able to take what I learned on that phone that night and take $1,000 rent money and turn it into $16,000 in sales, over $8,000 commissions in 2 weeks. Why did that happen? Because I did exactly what I was shown to do. And ladies and gentlemen, what's interestingly enough is things go full circle and I look back on that, this is pretty close to what I did right here. Right here. And all of this is available to everyone that wants it inside this community of people who I believe in called Empower Network. It's refreshing to me to see people that are willing to be transparent about what's going on in their lives and share with them how they had their breakthrough, which he also talks about this, the turning point, what really made things happen, you know, and then he ties that into a journey of discovery. What happened along your path? What did you discover? What was your epic realization in all this? And I shared with you guys tonight what's been my epic realization in this journey as it's gone through the last several months. I came to the realization that, holy crap, you know, I stopped believing in people. I really did. That's a huge problem when it comes to building a team. All right. But there are two options when you come to those epic realizations. Okay. You can, number one, do nothing about it and continue on a path that's going to lead you in the same direction or even worse than what you've already been on. Or B, you can make a decision to do something about it and become part of a movement of people that are here for one reason. And that's to connect with people, share your story, and share your message that one person may relate with out there. And the next thing you know, your whole business explodes. And that's really how this happens for people. It's a journey of discovery. It's not about pills, potions, lotions, anything else. It's a step-by-step guide to the complete, you know, recreation of your reality. Okay, and it starts with the 8 core commitments, and then it goes into the inner circle training and setting your goals and doing the inner circle training every day. And the top producer formula, which I'll tell you, ladies and gentlemen, is the best training I've ever seen in my life. Okay, and the top producer formula, the team, the team building formula, and the mass influence formula. Best training I've ever seen. Plus, I mean, just archives of viral blogging. There's a whole viral blogging training in there, and all the original training from Empower Network, the Masters formula, the 15K formula, or all of that stuff is still there. The Costa Rica intensive that Dave Wood did years ago, all of that is still there, and all of it is still viable and applies to us today. Okay, and I realize that the majority of the people who are here tonight will probably not do anything with this and continue to do what it is that you do, and that's fine, because unfortunately that's just what people do. Doesn't change that you know, how I'm going to believe in people now, because I've made that decision that, you know, I agree with what Dave says. Okay, people aren't broken. Okay, or even if they are, it's temporary, unless they're just, you know, unless there's just a mental disorder there. You know, there's not a situation that is taking place in anyone's life that can't be overcome by making a decision to do so. So in about a minute's time here, if it hasn't already happened, you're going to see the timer on this page expire, and you're going to have the opportunity to take action tonight. All right. And here's what I'm going to do for those. I'm all in this, and here's what I'm going to ask of you tonight. For those of you that want to be part of this, for those of you that want to run with me over the next 90 days and get to a 5-figure monthly income and go after that diamond. Okay, for those of you that show me that you're serious, and you go into Empower Network and you do as much as you possibly can. Okay, I'm talking the blogging platform, your affiliate membership, the inner circle, that's $147 per month. Top producer formula, Team builder formula, mass influence formula, total investment of about $5,000. All I'm asking you tonight is to do as much as you possibly can. Do your best in that. Do your best in that, all right? And anybody who wants to do this and goes all in an Empower Network, all right, I'm going to bring you down to my house for 5 days, right where I am right now. I can't see the pool outside because it's dark, I think. I guess you can see it a little bit. I'm going to put you up in the master suite down there at the end of the house. As you can see up there in the corner, we're doing some renovation work. My wife just, this is really cool. I came home the other night. I'll show you guys this. I came home from the Empower Network event the other night, and she went through and put up all of the stuff from our Empower Network event, all the pictures from this weekend, magazine cover, all of that good jazz, you know, because she understands that, you know, I'm here to play for real with this. I've looked at a lot of different opportunities, you know, when, like I said, last year when we were working the Legends Network and it fell apart again, and I just realized, you know what, 3 strikes you're out. It's time to find something new. And, you know, we got the Academy built. We're getting ready to launch a new advertising site. We're in the finishing touches of that. So we're going to, you know, have traffic. We've got traffic available for people that want to buy traffic, all of that stuff. Good quality, high converting traffic available to people right now. We've completely stacked the deck. All right. And like I said, this isn't for everybody. This is probably for, you know, 1, maybe 2 of you tonight that are going to say, you know what, Rex, I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. I'm ready to be at home with my family. I'm ready to do whatever this takes. I'm just ready to go to work and listen to those who know better than me. Because that's what I'm doing. There are people out here that know more than me. I mean, like I said, by God's amazing grace, I've got no complaints. We've got a fantastic life. But it's not just about me. This is about setting a lot of people free, not just in my team. This is about becoming part of a culture that I believe is going to be, you know, the company a lot of people look at over the next couple of years and go, wow, they really got it right. Their CEO, Jonathan Kronstadt, guys, this is one of the sharpest guys I've ever met in my life. And what he's done with Empower Network and compared to what it was even a year ago is just remarkable. And what they've got coming with, you know, all of the sales pages and the funnels and the whole proprietary blogging platform and the plan of action and training for doing this in your local community, all of that. I mean, this is a rock solid system, and it's why I've decided that this is going to be my primary business opportunity from here on out. The other thing that I'm going to show you guys how to do, and then I'm going to wrap this up because I got a call to be on at 9 o'clock. The other thing that we're going to do here where I live is we're going to build locally, because, and this is for those, even if, you know, if you're here tonight and you're in another network marketing opportunity and you're just, you know, here to glean some information and you want a good rock solid tip, here it is. Whether you join me or not tonight, build locally where you live. Okay. Don't just rely on the internet. Build locally where you live, because if you begin to build locally where you live, it gives you basically a hub to grow from. And that's one of the things that you're going to see us doing here is we're going to begin to build locally. We're already looking at different local advertising resources and stuff like that. Start bringing people here. One of the things I'm going to show you guys how to do is connect with people locally through IBO Toolbox in your own hometown and get people together. Okay, so I'm taking what I'm learning and applying it so you guys can see it in real time. All right, so let me see, what time is it? It's 8:50, so that button directly beneath the video should be active. All right, for those of you that are really ready and willing to go on this journey, click that button, get signed up in Empower Network tonight, get the blogging platform, your affiliate, inner circle, and whatever else it is that you can get tonight, and demonstrate to me that you're here and you're here for real. And we're going to go for this. We're going to do whatever it takes. All right. And, you know, I'm going to continue to do these workshops. I'm going to continue to do these webinars and continue to grow this team. Like I said, there's a diamond in our future 90 days down the road in a little town called Las Vegas, Nevada. And when you reach that diamond, you're at about $30,000 a month. That's what I'm going after. My only question is, are you going with me? If you are, click the button directly beneath this video. Once you're into Empower Network, you will be hearing from me to begin to set up training times and stuff like that to work together as a team. And like I said, for those of you that do decide to go all in, you will actually be working with me individually. I'm even going to bring you right here to my house in Florida for 5 days. Okay. So with that, you guys have a great night and God bless you. Thank you so much for coming out tonight. And regardless of what decision you make tonight, I believe in all of you. Go out there, take what you've learned here tonight and be successful doing whatever it is that you're going to do. For those of you that are getting on board tonight, you'll be hearing from me soon. We'll talk later. Bye for now.